This is something that a lot of us find it hard to understand. This is something that even me, I struggle with. I'm just talking about understanding that you and your spouse are one. Your spouse is the most important person in your life. It is said in the Bible, if you're choosing to get married to this person, that person is your number one. It's no longer your family, it's not your kids, it's not your best friend, it's nobody. Your spouse is your number one. Be it you being woman or man, your spouse is your number one. So guys, if you like to see what I'm going to say about all this, just keep watching. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. So yes guys, I'm going to be talking about the whole us not understanding that our spouse is the most important person in our life. I feel like this is a conversation that has to be had, because if you go into a lot of homes, you cannot convince a certain wife or a certain husband that you see this your wife, this is the most important person in your life. She's the first person you have to be thinking about when you're making decisions. This is the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. A lot of people find it hard. That's something too that I even struggle hard with. It's something that I don't even like saying, because I'm like, it feels weird. It's almost like you're betraying your family. It's almost like you're betraying your family to be with a man. And the way we're brought up, it doesn't make sense like that. Because if you are African, you know that growing up, they make us to understand that our family, that is your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, those people are your everything. So for you now to get married in your 20s, some even younger, and then they start telling you that no, your husband starts telling you, or people start telling you, or the Bible, or it just depends on where you are. They start telling you that this man is your number one, this person is supposed to be your number one. It doesn't sit right with you. You're struggling with it, right? You're struggling with it. And there's so, like guys, I can never explain. There's so many instances that I can start talking about, but that is something that we as Africans, I don't know about people in the abroad or any other place, but we as Africans are really suffering when it comes to this. We are going through it when it comes to this, because it's difficult for us to just understand that this man is your spouse. And when I look at it, for me, I feel like it goes back to our upbringing. I'm sure some of you on this channel, or some of our parents, or even my parents, they'll just be like, Kenna, on this channel is blame the elders, blame your parents channel, but not really. I feel like the way our parents brought us up was to understand that family, which is not a bad thing. Family is gold. Family is important. But I also feel like they should have also told us that when you get married, you have to live as one with this person. And the first way that they could have taught us that, it was by living one with the person they got married to, right? And they start telling you and just training you. I see a lot of mothers who get upset when their kids get married, and then their kids start trying to listen to their husband, start trying to make decisions with their husband, start trying to build a life basically with their husband. And I always look at it like, this is pretty selfish, because you have built your own life with your own partner. You have lived your own life with your own partner. So why then are you trying to stop your child from building and living their own lives with their partners? That is how I see it, because only from that it creates a lot, because your child, it could be the guy or the girl, is now in a crossroads. The child is confused whether, oh, should I listen to my wife? Should I listen to my mother? But if it was something that we have already taught our kids, or we've already talked about, conversations we've already explained, like, okay, as you're going to get married, these are some of those things I feel like they should tell you when you're getting married. As you're supposed to get married, I know that I've been the one who has been guiding you and doing things like that. I'm not saying that I will not be again in your life, but I feel like you have to start making your life, try to build your life with your husband. Yes, if you have things that you feel like you need my advice, you can always come and I'll give you my advice. But you just have to learn how to talk more with your husband. You have to learn how know that he is your number one, guys. This is something like I find it so hard to understand. Like when I look at my kids, I'm like, oh my God. So are you people trying to tell me that this my husband like that is more important than these kids? Especially because your partner, you people are having so many fights, you people are having so many misunderstandings. Sometimes you even don't like them, you don't want to sleep on the same bed with them, you don't want to spend any time with them, you just don't like them, you just don't want to do anything with them because they're annoying you. But just imagine your kids are the cutest, you're just like, oh my God, I love these kids forever. So you're like, what are you people saying? These kids that have my heart, I should put this man first than these kids. Like, these my precious things that I brought to this world. Like, that's how it feels. But the Bible says it, you and your partner are one. And for you and somebody to be one, it definitely means that that person is your number one. Your partner is above every other person in your life. That is your main priority. That is your first priority. That's their main priority. So that's it. You just have to deal with it, okay? You just have to deal with it. I just feel like we need to be educated more. We need to understand more. Because for me, you people can come, you know how this goes. For me, I feel like the main problem starts from the parents, okay? And I'm not saying that all parents are like that. There are certain parents, I've seen parents, okay, that really don't want to put their minds or they are put their head in their children's things. They're like, go and deal with your thing. You have to, I can remember when I was getting married, my dad had told me, you see something, when as you're getting married, if people have your problems, sit down inside your house, in your bedroom, and deal with your problems. You get, if you're having difficulties to understand each other, struggle and understand each other. It's a process. You're going to get there. So there are some parents who really do not, they don't get angry. But we also have some parents who are so mad. They are so mad that, oh, how on earth are you doing this? How on earth can you want to make this big decision and you're not telling me? You're not asking for my opinion. You're now saying that, oh, me and my husband have decided that. How can you not want to tell me what's going on in your house? How can you not want to do this? How can you, like, they just feel they get so mad, it becomes a whole pulling situation where the parents are feeling so bad that their kids are not involving them in things. Their kids, like my children, I'm just like, for me, I want to bring up kids that are happy. Like, I'm happy for them when they are going to their husband's houses and they are making decisions for themselves. That is, I don't know, I'm not yet in that situation. Maybe it's easier said than done. I have not yet gotten to that situation, so I'm just talking. But I want to bring up my kids in a way that they'll know that when they get married, it is okay if they sit down and make decisions with their husband. It is okay if they don't tell me anything. It is okay. Because this is where some marital problems come from, where the in-laws and the spouse are constantly pulling each other because, oh, the mother or the father is like, I want to come and tell you people what to do. And the husband or the daughter is like, oh, no, you cannot tell us what to do. We have decided like this, we have decided like that. Just making things difficult. I don't know about you. What do you guys think about this? Because for me, I feel like it is way better if we all understand, like parents, some parents need to understand that your child and that man have become one. So that is their priority. Some parents, some siblings, some family members will go ahead and shame you for choosing your husband over them. There are certain situations that you don't need to choose anybody. But when it comes to a situation where you have to choose, you definitely have to choose your partner. There have been so many situations that I've seen before where a spouse is in a crossroads. Their wife could be completely wrong, but in that moment, he has to choose. He goes ahead and chooses his wife and then talks to her back at home, rather than, oh no, my family is right, and just joining them. So it's just things like that. Guys, what do you think about this? This is something I've been thinking a lot about. Like, you know that part where they say, over your family, right? I can even understand. But when it comes to my kids, I'm like, God, how? Because guys, imagine when these kids get married, or even if they don't get married, when they grow up and they leave, who are you left with? Who are you going to be left with? You're still going to be left with that husband. Your kids will go and meet their own husband. So that is your forever. That is your that is your forever. You have to make things do with that person. You're not going to start packing your bags and chasing your kids to, oh, let me go to my kid's house because I cannot stay with this man. Like, no, you're going to stay in your house with your partner. So we want to understand that this person is our number one. And if we understand that our husband or our wife is our number one, we are going to start building a good life together. We're going to work towards making tomorrow better, because a lot of ladies will have children, right, and completely forget about their husbands. They start building bonds with their kids. They also have to keep building and strengthening the bond with their husband. So when their kids grow up and then they leave, the parents now become frustrated. They don't know how to start living with their partner. That is not something we have to neglect. We also always have to keep it in our minds that this man is my forever. When all these cute little bunnies have gone, I'm going to be stuck with this man for the rest of my life till I die. So what do I want to do about it? Do I want to build a bond and strengthen it and understand that this is my number one and just deal with it? Or do I want to sit down here and keep basically and just keep saying that my kids are my number one, my mom is my number one, my dad is my number one, What are we supposed to do? Anyway, guys, that is what I think about this whole thing. What do you guys think? Let's talk more in the comment section. Tell me your opinions. Tell me what you think. You know I love that here. Let's talk more in the comment section. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please, if you've enjoyed this, do consider clicking on the subscribe button. It's a button under here. It's always somewhere under there. I'm sure you can't miss it. Okay, it's always somewhere under there. That's it. Thank you guys very much for watching today's video, and I am going to see you on my next one. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.